what is the ego, Dr. Rob?
Yeah, so, and this is more of a functional definition for the coaching work.
Mm-hmm.
So if we go back to Freud, his idea was that this I, if you literally translated what he meant by ego, it's the I.
Mm.
So this I that we have arises in the mind as kind of a facsimile for the self. Like it gives us a sense of self.
It's an individual expression.
Yes, that there is this individual entity here experiencing the world. And that sense of I is very powerful.
And Jung talked about that this is the seed of our evolution in our life, is that we have this desire, or the self has this desire for an individual experience. So we want to have an individual experience, but first, in order to have that, we have to develop the I to basically survive. And then that's where, when we go into individuation, we'll talk about what happens after that. But it's kind of a natural and necessary part of our stage of our life. And so we don't want to think of the ego as this bad, terrible thing that happened to us. And
I think most people think the opposite. They think
they love
I'm
the
great.
I'm great.
I'm great.
It's all about me.
Right, and it's all about me. And again, there's nothing wrong with that. That we're supposed to do that in the beginning. To you mentioned Jung, for example. His idea was that we need a strong ego in the first half of life to face the challenges, to feel like me against the world. I can take it on. I can do this.
It's like we have to have a sense of personal power,
absolutely,
in order to prepare us for the spiritual growth that we need. You can't really enter the unconscious or the spiritual realms with a weak ego, because then you're basically falling into some traps, but we'll talk about. So the ego's purpose is really two things. It's to help us survive. So we have this sense of I, that I am this body, and so it better not die because I am this body. So it's that kind of ability to desire to live, desire to eat, desire to maybe even procreate, for enjoyment, to move away from pain toward pleasure, to have basically that kind of survival instinct in us to carry on and have this I survives. The second one is to fit in with society. So there's survival, and then the fitting in. So it's when you look at it from a deep place, it is another survival mechanism, but it's higher than just protecting the physical body. It's more like we're more protecting the concept of the identity versus the physicality of it. We're the concept of our personality, of our morality, who we are as a person.
I think we're definitely relational beings in that sense. We want to survive physically, of course. Like that's our animal nature. But then the social nature is more, am I relating to others in a meaningful way?
Yeah. And do I feel like we have the desire for connection and, shared experiences? Like we don't want to be alone. So we have that ego is like I'm an object and you're an object and we need to kind of hang out together. That I'm in the world and so I need these things to survive and to feel happy and all those things. So if you think about it, that the ego's, that's the good things that the ego can do. It's not it's not like harmful. It's very helpful to have a part of our psyche that's helping us with that.